Colorado State Legislature named I-76 as Colorado's Pollinator Highway, and that designation means workers will cut back on mowing to leave more grass and plants on the side of the highway. Now, as part of this project, today and tomorrow, about 50 volunteers are going to be out along I-76 up near Julesburg. That's up near the Nebraska state line. They're planting a whole different variety of seedlings that they hope will be a welcome sight for all these pollinators coming in the spring.
We're here with the Colorado Department of Transportation and the Butterfly Pavilion and many other great volunteers and organizations sponsoring the pilot planting on the I-76 Pollinator Highway.
We would break up into 3 teams starting on eastbound I-76 at mile marker 179, 180, 181. I'm Mike Banovich, landscape architect with the Colorado Department of Transportation. I envision CDOT using volunteers to help us hand plant the roadsides with tubulings or seed.
We have a short staff. We're a staff of 3 in Environmental Programs Branch. Our landscape architecture headquarters section is just 3 of us, Mike Banovich, Greg Fisher, and myself, and we're all licensed landscape architects in Colorado. And the volunteers were very instrumental in this project. It was a hand seeding effort.
The first priority for developing a seed mix was to make sure that, first of all, the seed or the plants were native to Colorado. That's the most important thing. And then the second step is to make sure that they're native to this ecosystem.
We had seed companies donate seed that were a flower mix, and that was amazing. We had groups pull together and get money and be able to buy seed or to pay for a service to do seeding along a highway.
So our efforts really have to be magnified through volunteer efforts, and fortunately we were just very blessed to have partnerships with so many great local agencies and local private groups.
You get the chance to be outdoors in the fresh air. That part is really great. You get to meet other people that are interested in conservation and making that positive difference. What the crew was doing when we were planting the Pollinator Highway,
Dig another hole.
we were kind of clearing areas to provide some kind of safe zones for these young baby seeds to sprout, so that we would have a volunteer kind of go and clear an area of grasses, and then more volunteers would come up behind them and plant these wildflower seeds.
So you'll take 1 spoonful of that, you can rip that.
Planting in October means that they had the benefit of that fall and winter precipitation that really helps our native prairie species establish. So once folks kind of planted that seed, they covered it very lightly, patted it down, and then we kind of moved on to the next spot.
The Pollinator Highway project is really exciting because it can bring in sponsors, it can bring in volunteers. There's great potential for funders to bring in funding for purchasing seed, purchasing food for volunteers. And we think that this sort of outreach is really significant. It's a way that people can be involved in this project and really enjoy the action that they are taking in their areas along their highways.
But to do that, we need training, policy, commitment from management, and a community effort in general. Pollinator groups have been wonderful. They're passionate, driven to help us support policy to our lawmakers, to our CDOT management, to enable us to implement this program that we're trying to build.
Yeah, and the sunflowers seem to be doing pretty well. They seem to be happy. This is western spiderwort. We did see an occasional milkweed, which is good.
They feel like they're doing something very important for the pollinator habitat and can take some of those lessons home to their home gardens in Denver and the urban areas and extend these lessons into their own home.
Well, what I would like to say is I hope we stop calling it the Pollinator Highway and then it's just what we do in our roadways, and they all become pollinator highways.